If you are somebody who doesn't watch foreign horror because you don't like reading subtitles, I highly recommend that you get over that because foreign horror is far superior and you are sorely missing out. 9 out of 10 times, it's more scary and it's more disturbing, so be aware of that going into this. I can confidently say that the original French Martyrs is in my top 5 favorite horror movies of all time, and that's saying a lot. It's literally the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. You can watch this one right now for free on Tubi. A very close second for me is I Saw the Devil. This is a Korean horror movie. A lot of people will usually say this is one of the more disturbing horror movies they've ever seen. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. This is not streaming for free anywhere right now, but it's available to rent. Another Korean movie, Old Boy, and some people might argue with me that this is not a horror movie, but I do consider it a horror movie. This one is honestly not streaming anywhere. It's basically impossible to find. I've been trying to rewatch it for years. So if anybody knows where to find it, please let me know. Train to Busan. This is an Asian horror movie that isn't nearly as disturbing as other Asian horror movies, but it is absolutely gut-wrenching and incredible. And I can confidently say that this is my favorite zombie movie of all time. This one is for free on Tubi. Ganjiam Haunted Asylum was one of the first movies to truly scare me in a very long time. This is another Korean movie. If you're a fan of Grave Encounters, this is an absolute must-see. It's for free on Tubi. May the Devil Take You is an Indonesian horror movie that I stumbled across on Netflix one day, and it ended up absolutely scaring the shit out of me. This one is still on Netflix. I cannot recommend it enough. Oof, the sadness. Not for people who get easily disturbed. This is a Taiwanese horror movie that came out last year and kind of like took the world by storm because of how fucked up it is. I've only watched it once, and this is a movie that I might honestly never watch again. This one is on Shudder. Inside from 2007 is a French horror movie, and the whole time it just evokes so much dread while you're watching it. I've watched this movie multiple times, and every time I just feel so suffocated and just so disturbed. You can watch this one for free on Tubi. Do not watch this if you're pregnant. Frontiers. This is another French extremism horror movie, and this one's just like super unsettling. Really gruesome, really brutal. You can watch this one on AMC. My spoiler video of High Tension was where this comment was left, so obviously I have to mention it. Another just brutal, gruesome French extremism horror movie. You can watch this on Tubi. More of a classic, but I think this movie was super ahead of its time. Eyes Without a Face from 1960. This movie is pretty wild and pretty disturbing, especially for a movie that came out in 1960. You can watch this one on HBO Max. Baskin is a Turkish horror movie, and I cannot believe I slept on this movie for so long. I only just watched it in the last year. The ending of this movie will just leave you absolutely fucking shook. I love everything about it. This one is also for free on Tubi. Going back to Asian horror, because I forgot to mention Battle Royale. This movie is the OG Hunger Games, but more brutal, more bloody, more gory. I fucking love it. This one's also on Tubi. Terrified. This is a Spanish movie that came out of Argentina, and it is downright fucking terrifying. There are some scenes in this movie that are absolutely embedded into my brain. You can watch this one on Shudder. The Orphanage is a Spanish horror movie. It is one of the most devastating yet beautiful movies you will ever watch in your life. This is another one that's not streaming anywhere right now, but you can rent it, and it is well worth it. The Similars is a Mexican horror movie. I've talked about it before. It is an absolute mindfuck. It will take you on a wild ride. I absolutely love it. You can watch this one on Shudder. Last one I have time for, Time Crimes, another Spanish horror movie, and this is basically the original Triangle, a huge mindfuck. Watch it on